Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a very hot topic in the MyTEAM community, and I think one of the biggest questions that people have about 2K25 MyTEAM, and that is whether or not the auction house will be returning. I'm going to give my thoughts on why I think it will be, with a catch, and explain what exactly gives me that indication so far for NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's discuss. So, I will say this year, obviously the player market was implemented, and I think as of now, everybody's like, the player market is the worst thing they ever did. It's awful. They need to bring the auction house back. Here is the thing that I think is important to mention, is that up until gambling only content started, which was right here with the All-Star content, with the All-Star Galaxy Opals being pack only. Up until then, every single card all year, I guess technically the week before we got, what was it called? The Lunar New Year set as well. And the Lunar New Year set had a buyable Michael Beasley card that was buyable only with VC. So he was not in the player market either. But basically all year up until February, every single card was either available through grinding or through the player market, including all of the best cards in the game. I mean, the best center in the game was Kristaps Porzingis. He was buyable in the player market. The best shooting guard in the game was the Pink Diamond Kobe. He was a lock-in, but you could get all the cards to lock him in from the player market. Same thing with every other best card in the game. They were either grindable or in the player market. I think technically Diamond Jeremy Lin, the special edition card they dropped that wasn't good, but that they technically, I think they dropped him for like Black Friday or something, wasn't buyable in the player market, but I think that was the only exception up until that Lunar New Year set. And then the All-Star set obviously was when, which was when the gates broke loose with the gambling content. Before that happened, I think the player market was awesome. I know that might sound like an unpopular opinion now, but at the time, I honestly think that ICE was spending less money than I ever had on a MyTEAM to have like the best cards still and one of the best teams. I still had an exceptionally top tier team, and was able to do so without spending very much money on at all in the game, because number one, the game was really rewarding. You could make a lot of MT, and then you could make a lot of MT and use it on buying cards. You didn't really have to spend very much money. I was probably spending 50 bucks a month on the game max, and that's not bad at all for what it was. And then they started the gambling stuff, and I just stopped spending money entirely, obviously, because me personally, I can't support this style of content, the gambling only content. I know a lot of people have spent a lot of money and probably regret spending a lot of money on this mode for the gambling only content that they did. But I have to say, I truly did believe that the player market was pretty good until the gambling only started. And the thought processes that people have is that if they just bring the auction house back, then it's fine if cards are packs only, because that's how it used to be for years. You could only get the Friday drops and a lot of this content through packs, but then you could sell on the auction house. Now, here's my thing. The auction house is the thing that everybody is asking for, right? And it's the thing that people are talking about as the thing that they really want to see return. The player market stinks and the auction house needs to come back. My opinion, this is just a prediction, I think 2K is going to give us what we want, and they're going to give us the auction house back, and then they're going to drop unsellable or unauctionable, I should say, special inserts. So you're not going to be able to go buy the cards you want regardless. You're not going to be able to sell the cards you want regardless. So let's just, for context, let's go look at this past week's pack drop. This is the type of thing that they will do next year, I'm pretty confident, with, for example, Goat Giannis being a special insert in packs that is unauctionable, or even potentially 100 overalls, stuff like this, where they drop the highest overall cards, the most desirable cards, as special inserts that are unsellable. And it's just going to be another loophole to basically produce the same style of gambling content. And then the auction house will basically just replace the player market, in that you're limited on the cards that can actually be sold and bought on the auction house, because they'll gatekeep most of the most desirable content in the game behind packs. Still, it's what I'm expecting will happen. I hope I'm wrong, but that is what I would expect, and that would be the loophole of sorts that 2K would use to try to get people to get back to playing the game and get my team growing at the beginning of the years, to drop the auction house. And here's my honest expectation. I could be wrong about this. I'd be surprised if there are special inserts day one. I think if 2K is smart, they will not do special inserts for a while, but I know them. They're such a greedy, scummy company. It's coming at some point. I guarantee it. I would be shocked if we go next year without seeing special inserts, pack-only cards, gambling-only style content of some sort. I hope it doesn't start the year like that. I don't think it'll start the year like that, because I think if they start the year with gambling-only content, a lot of people will just literally never even pick up the mode, which totally understandable. But I feel like that's the loophole that they will use, is to just add unsellable, unauctionable special inserts to packs. Now, that's kind of what EA Sports just tried to do with their 88 pluses, was to make them non-auctionable, but they patched it within like 2 hours to make all those cards auctionable because people were pissed on social media immediately with EA. They got massive backlash immediately. A ton of people were like, oh my gosh, it's just going to be another MyTEAM. Oh my gosh, they've ruined Ultimate Team game modes. And EA changed it. Now, EA, they know what they're doing. It's the same type of thing. That was a special, it was initially intended to be special inserts in packs that were unauctionable. That was the initial strategy with those cards. And it just shows that other game companies are starting to try to shift towards that style of content and try to take advantage of their consumer. But we as consumers just can't stand for it. We can't support that type of content. Otherwise, every single game mode will wind up becoming more and more predatory in different ways, especially the Ultimate Team card collecting, team building game modes that we know and love. And I think MyTEAM has been the primary example this year of that being awful. Now, I do have a couple things that I will say do kind of give me an indicator that the auction house is coming back one way or another. Let me show these. Shout out to Lethal, by the way. This dude, I'll give Lethal credit. He posts a lot of 2K news and stuff on his Twitter, so it's really useful to have his Twitter page to pull up stuff. This is apparently the 2K25 MyTEAM slogan. Your MyTEAM, your way. Auction house coming back. Yeah, this sounds like your MyTEAM, your way. Sounds like it's going to be the auction house. It just sounds like they're going to put some blog and it's going to talk about giving the freedom back to the player to choose the team they want. And we've heard your feedback from last year. Some stuff like that. And it's just going to be some BS that doesn't actually really mean anything, and they're going to try their best to find whatever loopholes they can to still take advantage of their community for as much money as possible. That's my honest expectation. Here's the thing. I know I sound super negative. I kind of am, and for good reason. I mean, they have done nothing this year over the last 5 months, 2K. 2K has done nothing over the last 5 months to really instill any sort of trust or belief or hope for us, the consumer, to have in them as a company, because they've done nothing but try to screw us. And it's like, I have very, very little positive hope about a lot of stuff changing, but this does make me think it might happen. Also, this tweet that he posted this a couple of weeks ago, but I saw this tweet on Twitter and I thought it'd be interesting to show it to y'all as well. Let me see, is my desktop audio recording? I don't actually know if my desktop audio is going to be recorded here, so y'all might not even be able to hear the audio, which is, my apologies if that's the case. But basically, this, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but y'all can read the text. I'm not certain if y'all can hear it, but yeah, this is LSK talking to Ronnie 2K, and Ronnie does not confirm by any means that the auction house is coming back, but what he said is basically that, let me see, what did he exactly, for 2K25, he said, we see what people are talking about throughout the game. So yeah, we have a recipe for everything, a method to the madness. Now, the method to the madness this year was just to screw their customer as much as possible. So that's pretty exciting, at least in the MyTEAM mode. But that does, to me at least, give me hope that we are going to see the auction house return at some point. I just have to cross my fingers and hope that it is both no special inserts, no unsellable cards like that, no unauctionable special inserts and packs, and that it stays like that, and that we can actually get a game next year where you can just go buy the cards you want if you want to play with them. So that then if you are a LeBron James fan, you can go buy the best LeBron card. If you're a Luka fan, you can go buy the best Luka card. If you're a fan of whatever player across the NBA, you can get your favorite player in some form or fashion without having to gamble your life away to try to get them. I mean, that at the end of the day is what we need for 2K25, and I'm hoping it happens. Will it happen? I don't have a ton of hope that that's the case, but I do think there's a really good chance the auction house is coming back. So I just wanted to share my thoughts with y'all. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.